You're 90. Yes, yes.
It's our first 90.
Yes, you're 39 again, right?
I said we're a 90-year-old startup.
Okay.
That's my line.
Very cool. We'll have to do that. So we're just recording the intro, right? Okay. Welcome to Marketing Made Simple TV. I'm Jeff Ogden, the host of the show, and we're really excited about today's guest, David Sable, the global CEO of a 90-year-old company today, Young and Rubicam. So welcome to the show, David.
Thank you. We like to think of it as a 90-year-old startup.
Interesting, a 90-year-old startup, right. So you always got to reinvent yourself.
Always have to this is an industry where you have to reinvent yourself every day. So today we're reinventing ourselves for the next 90.
Now, David, it's kind of ironic that we're in Times Square and people are bombarded with billboards, and it's kind of the world of advertising today, and everyone's moving to digital. Is advertising dead?
Well, let's take a look. You just said yourself. Take a look out there, right? Go back and look at pictures of Times Square from 70 years ago. It looked like this, but here's the difference. It's digital today, right? All of these billboards are digital. It's awesome. Yeah. We can change them. They move.
Right.
They're alive.
Sure.
But it hasn't changed the essential notion that people out there are looking up. They're getting stories from those billboards. They're creating some of those stories in their own heads from the images that they see. Right. But it's the same.
Yeah.
They're reacting beautifully. That is what advertising is about. That is what we do at our best. So is advertising dead? No fucking way. Excuse, that's a professional advertising term, by the way.
Yes, yes.
Because if you really think about it, take a look at the Twitters, take a look at the take a look at the Tumblrs, take a look at the Yahoos, take a look at the Facebooks. What are they selling? What monetizes them? Only one thing. It's called advertising. It's a dirty little secret.
Yes, yes.
So when I read people saying, oh, advertising is dead, traditional, it's all bullshit.
Right.
It's bullshit because the only thing that's driving those businesses is their ability to advertise. And the reason that they're having so much trouble monetizing is because they haven't figured out how to advertise. They don't get that this is what advertising is about.
Right.
Advertising is about creating great stories. It's about creating the kinds of stories that people want to share.
Sure.
They don't share because they have Facebook. They share because they have a great story.
Absolutely.
Facebook makes it easier for them to share.
Right.
But you need the great story.
Absolutely. So David, you're talking about stories, right? And ads tend to be very brief, 30 seconds, whatever. 60 minutes does a segment and they call it a story. How is advertising a story? Come on.
Because the greatest advertising in the world has always been about giving you a story in 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 10 seconds.
Sure.
It can be done. You know, there's the famous shortest story ever written, which is one line. It was a contest that was done, right?
Okay.
It's amazing, right?
Sure.
It was done. And if you read that story, it's about baby shoes. It is one of the most poignant, and I advise everybody to Bing it or to Google it and find it, because I don't want to give it away because it's important to discover it on your own.
Right.
It's one line.
Sure.
It is a short story. It is as poignant as a 500-page novel. So it's not about the length, it's about what you're able to give over in that time. So I've always said that the best advertising is like an epic movie. Even if it's only 15 seconds.
Right.
Even the amount of time is irrelevant. It's what you do. People, well, David Ogilvy was brilliant on this, right? He always believed if you wrote longer copy, and it was interesting, people would read all the copy. So it's never about
David
longer.
was right.
Yeah, it's never about long or short.
Yeah.
It's only about what's interesting or not. You know, recently I was asked on a panel to what should young creatives today do? What should they study?
Sure.
So someone else in the panel said, well, you know, they should study the technical, blah, blah, blah. You know, and this is kind of what the answers were. So they came to me, they said, what should they study? I said, one thing. Every young creative today should read the Iliad and the Odyssey and ask themselves why 2,000 years after Homer sat around a campfire or stood in the agora and told the story, are we still telling it? Are we making movies out of it? Are we making digital video assets out of it? Are we blogging about it? Are we riffing on it like, you know, oh brother art thou? Why? Because it was a brilliant, beautiful story.